Hello again. This is the Watering Man. We're going to do a little spiritual toolbox on the spirit is similar to like energy is in the natural. Can't destroy or create energy. We can't. Only God does that. Spirit, God is spirit. And those that worship God, worship Him in spirit and in truth. They're coming back to the truthfulness of God. Okay, I have something recorded here. I'm just going to go ahead and in there I said a few verses. So I'm just going to read those verses and then I'll play it for you. It's only about 10 minutes on this. So let's get this first. Just a minute. Okay, Ecclesiastes 3, chapter 3, verse 20-21. All go to one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to the dust again. Verse 21. Who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward? Speaking of God's superior way of thinking, from out of the stinking way of thinking. Poop way up to God's way. Okay? Our righteousness poop up to God's superior way of thinking. Heavenly way of thinking. Okay? Who knoweth the spirit of man who goeth upward, and the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the poop, to the earth. Okay? Oops. Ecclesiastes 6 and 7 now. Get to it. Verse 6 of chapter 6 of Ecclesiastes says, I'm just reading this out of the King James Version. Okay? Yea, though he live 1,000 years twice told, 2,000 years, yet hath he seen no good. Do not all go to one place. Okay? Verse 7. All the labor of man is for his mouth, and yet the appetite is not filled. Just grasping after the wind, trying to get something to satisfy his thing. Just like grasping after a new train hose, something you can't possibly grab with your hands. You're jumping up and it's all transitory, temporary, unsatisfactory. Boom, yeah. Nothing in there, buddy. It's a facade. I got it. I'm satisfied now. Oh, man. Huh? What's that? In verse 6. Yea, though he live 1,000 years twice told, 2,000 years of doing this. Yet hath he seen no good. It's no good, it's no good, it's no good. Baby, it's no good. It's grasping after the wind, baby. Alright. Alright, now, we'll go ahead and read Ecclesiastes 12:7 too, okay? Okay. You can read the other. Let's see. 12:7. I went to had a brain fart there for just a second. Okay. Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust, that's your earth suit, and this dust thinking in your mind that hasn't been transformed from that dark yuck spots in your mind back to the light, enlightened by God, back to His glorious nature, character, and authority, back to His brighter. You're growing brighter in yourself, inside. Christ is growing. Huh? That little light of mine, boom, I'm gonna let it shine, boom, boom. It's growing up in my mind, I'm gonna let it shine, oh yeah. Right? Alright. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it. Whatever level he's bringing you up to, boom, 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 boom. I've been explaining, teaching this for a long time. I'm not going to go try to go back and do all that again. Okay? We're going on. But I'm referring to these things so that as you get these and pat these down, it should be just, boom, oh yeah, it makes sense. It should be resonating with you. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Not this stupid stuff. It's all that black stuff trying to trick you. Trying to be like a Jacob nature. Trip. T-R-I-P. Trip you up in your lifestyle, in your walk, in the way you live, you exist. Because you can't, if you're living and you're standing down this dust thing, it's like in Ecclesiastes 6:6, 2,000 years of that stuff. It's not, it's just grasping after wind. And it's no good, it's no good. You're not increasing. You're not greenlighting God. Agreeing with God emphatically in hot pursuit in every storm of your life, like this four-way stops. You're going with the zoom, 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 and the boom, boom, good and nasty, good and evil stuff. You're feeding from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, your own righteousness. It won't ever. Well, that's a good thing, brother. Don't you know that? God only does good. That's just because it's a good thing doesn't mean it's putting a stop to all that stuff and going to God. You can take that good stuff or the bad stuff through the eye of the needle to God. Okay, that's dust. Thank you. What's it saying here? You're talking about your thinking and this earth suit, this body. It just rots. It goes back to the dust of the earth or gets cremated. It's just ashes, dust, same thing. It's just transforming the mass of your body back into like a different state, a form of energy. Conservation of energy says you cannot destroy or you cannot make energy. God's the only one that does that. But that energy can be changed from one form to another. It's a conservation of energy in a closed loop. It'd be this closed loop of this body, this earth, this ball of our mind, of our universe of our mind, and this ball out here in this universe out here, the physical. God's doing it. Natural teaches us about the spiritual. Natural's first, and it teaches us about the spiritual. Remember in 1 Corinthians 15, 45, 46. Alright. Let's look here. In verse 7 again of Ecclesiastes 12. Thus shall the dust return to the earth as it was. This is when you die in this natural realm. And all through your life, that's what's going on. God's chopping out, skimming out, surgically removing it. His consuming fire and his refiner's fire. This is for you, these storms. It's not, oh, it's killing me. Giving you opportunity to overcome this. The only way you can overcome it, truly overcome it, and get this true satisfaction, and not just be swiping at the, grasping after the wind, like neutrinos, or trying to grab a handful of air. It goes all, you can't grab neutrinos or get air. I mean, just that's stupid. And that hand, speaking of your works, your effort, in your mind, you can't grab after. You try to get the things of God on your own. It's not by your might, nor by your power, not by your good things or your bad things. But it's by my spirit, says the Lord. Right? Zechariah 4:6. I mean, it's all over the place. Seek ye first. That's the prototype. In time, place, and order of importance. The kingdom, that's the right, that's Basileia. We used to pronounce that Basilia. The Blue Letter Bible is pronouncing it Basileia. Okay? And they translate that as kingdom. But if you go more into that, it's like the right to rule in the kingdom of God, in the ruling realm of God. Heavenly abode. I'm not talking about outer space. That's just a picture of the lower realm and the upper realm. But in the mind, in your mind, it's come from this lower way of thinking up to God's higher way of thinking. The lower way of love, which is conditional, it's serpent food. I love you until you stop that. Till you do something I disagree with, and then, man, I'm going to block you. Huh? I'm going to let the beast nature in me roar. Red Adamic way of thinking. Right? You're getting red on me. I'm going to get red on you, brother. I'm going to Hulk Hogan your butt. I'm going to do more than that. I'm going to Goliath your ass. Right? Stupid. Huh? But you can't come out of that until God gives the right timing and stuff. You can't get rid of none of that without God doing this, providing this storms, this heat, fire trials, the pressures, tribulation, calamities, to give you the opportunity to come over that, to turn to Him. You got to turn from that. I'm going this way, living my life. Boo. Like the same in the Old Testament, in the Bible, a chariot. That's just the way of travel, going through your life, in your mind, right? Adamic way of thinking. Pop-a-doo. There it goes, man, he's getting it. Now, repentance, metanoia, that's the Koine Greek word, it's come from two words, meta and noia. Change the way you think from out of and the pro way and coming back to God, right? Doing about face, forward march. This way be that one way is taking you down the pooper, down into your own righteousness, the quicksand. It's really like poop, taking it down. It's all done. Like Apostle Paul's telling us. It's all filthy, stinking, menstruous rags, like Isaiah is telling us. Like Jeremiah is telling us, is the heart of man, this way of thinking of mankind. It's mind. You're thinking it's desperately wicked and evil above all things. Who can know it? Who wants to know that crap? I'll give you a couple references there. It's Philippians 3:8, Isaiah 64:6, and Jeremiah 17:9. Just kind of paraphrase and stuff here. Okay? I've been teaching this stuff. Good. Should be, pat down should be just, oh yeah. Now, turn this thing back on because I'm going to be playing off that in a minute. So the Spirit of God, I was right here in that 12:7, Ecclesiastes 12:7. Has another little brain fart, okay? No biggie. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the Spirit shall return to God who gave it. God planted those seeds, that limited portion, that measure. It's a metron. It's a primary word. It means limited proportion, limited portion. In the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. I looked at it again just right before I did this. Make sure. It's in Romans 12:3. Okay, there's the last part of that verse. Okay. Now, verse 8, vanity of vanities, said the preacher, all is vanity. This comes from King Solomon, which is like the wisest man in the, he asked for wisdom, and God gave it to him. Okay? Vanity of vanities. It's a transitory, temporary, unsatisfactory. It's all worthless. It doesn't amount to anything. It's King Solomon in other places says it's grasping after the wind. I'm saying it's like grasping after neutrinos. That's stupider than heck, man. How in the world are you gonna grasp a neutrinos that's already got a bunch of them going through your body? You, kind of like you're a weakly interacting massive particle in your mind, spiritually speaking, doing that. That brightness, that glory of God, a doxa, the weighty, dense character of God, and the brightness of that thing is very, very little, small, tiny, weak light, blown by every wind of doctrine. Double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. He thinks he's grabbing something. All right, it's vanity. Right? Remember back in verse 6 of chapter 6 of Ecclesiastes? They lived 2,000 years doing this stuff. Laboring and working himself to death, thinking he's doing good and evil and get mad. Blah, blah, blah. Back and forth, double-minded. It doesn't amount to nothing. Right there in verse 8 of 12, chapter 12, it says, Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, all is vanity. Now let me look at this just a second. It's all right here in verse 8 of 12:8. It's that's coal, K-O-L. That's the Old Testament's like all, leaves nothing out. It's the same thing as like pos in the New Testament, and another word is basically meaning like everyone. I can't quite remember it right off the top of my head. This one is all, pos, or coal, K-O-L, 3605, this word.
Strong's H 3605, coal.
Right? The manual here, I know what it means. Right here, all, the whole, any, each, every, anything, totality, everything. And the Strong's is all, any, or every, leaving nothing out. I mean, there's a whole bunch of, in the Old Testament, there's even more dictionaries. That BDB, it's all. And it's telling you different languages, like the Aramaic, it's absolutely, absolute all, basically everything. Yeah, I mean, the whole, it's all telling you the same stuff. Okay, there's another, the Chaldee Hebrew. I mean, they're all telling you, sometimes tell you a little bit more deep. Okay, now, I'm going to get ready and go ahead and play this. Let me read one more verse, because I refer a little bit to these, but I was driving my car at the time, so I didn't have it, and I was just coming out. Okay? My wife and I was talking, and I think I need to record this, okay? So this little piece of some of our talking going up the road. Okay? In Romans 12:3, for I say, through the grace given to me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God has dealt to every man. That's another word, but I might get that. The measure of faith. Let's look at this real quick. So I have it pronounced it, because I think it's kind of a little different word. To every man comes from, oh, well, that is pos. Okay, 3956, PAS.
Strong's G 3956, pos.
Okay.
Pos.
Must have looked at it a little wrong. But pos, that's like coal in the Old Testament. Pos, it's all, every. Okay, it leaves nothing out. Let me look at it. Yeah, individually, each, every, all, any, the whole, everyone, all things, everything. Strong's, all, any, every, the whole. Okay, Goes right on down, okay? And that pos is used 1,243 times in the New Testament in 1,075 verses. This is a TR Greek, okay? Concordance, okay? And one more word. Measure. That's metron, okay? I'll show you right here. And then I'll get to this. Let this go. I was only thinking it was going to be real quick and short, but I have trouble doing that. Just seems incomplete. Okay. The measure in that verse of Romans 12:3 comes from 3358, 3,358. metron, this word.
Strong's G 3358. Metron.
Okay. That's a limited portion in the Strong's Exhaustive Concordance. Okay, I better get on this so I got time. Okay, here it goes.
Thank you. This is the Water Man. I'm just going to do a little spiritual toolbox short, and I'm going to call it just like in the energy, it doesn't, you can't destroy energy. It's conservation of energy. You can't destroy energy, and you can't create energy. Only God does that. And when we die in this natural body, we go on as energy, as a spirit, in God. Okay, whatever all this earth stinking stuff, it just dissipates, it goes back to the dust of the earth from where it came. And whatever level we're at in the spirit, our relationship with God, it goes back to God. And God put a measure, a limited portion in all, pos. I think it's in Romans chapter 12, verse 1, 2, and 3. It's a metron, a limited portion. He put it in all, everybody. Didn't leave nobody out. That way, God doesn't lose none. Alright? Now, just like in the natural, energy, you can't destroy energy. It just changes form. Like chemical, when you burn gas in the fuel, as fuel in your car, it just changes form. That gas or the fuel doesn't disappear, just the energy out of it transforms to different forms. Pushes your car down the road, you got friction and everything. It just dissipates. Same thing, it's in everything. When you eat food, the energy in that food is just when your body digests it, it's just chemically transformed into energy for your body for you to exercise, for you to think, and everything, for you to live. Same thing. Whenever the spirit's in you, that's given us that's the energy, the life of God. In us, it just transforms, changes states of being from this earth suit. It comes right out, goes back to God, and all that fleshy, dark, stinking thinking, and this earth suit just goes back to the dust of the earth. It's no good for nothing. It's not fit to feed the hogs. Okay? Ooh, yuck. But thankfully, God has provided the way, the truth, and the life. And even if we don't greenlight Him one tiny bit, there is a seed down in there. Even if it's not germinating, that seed of Christ, the seed of faith, is going back to God. It's going to be least in the kingdom of God, or it could be the greatest, or anywhere in between. And that's in each and every thought process that we have. And we have a myriad of thought processes, an innumerable number. The energy can't be destroyed, and it can't be created by no mankind thinking. by no dumbass donkey thinking. They can say and bark and howl at the moon and cry boo-hoo-hoo all they want. That stuff doesn't matter. If you live to be 200 years old, or what, like in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 20 and 21, or 6 and 7, it's saying if you live 2,000 years, 1,000 twice told, and you do all this nasty stuff, do all kinds of things, but when you die, that's it. I mean, you all go to one place. I mean, it's the same. Okay, it's whatever, however much you greenlighted God, you've agreed with God emphatically, like through these four-way stops, these storms in your life, in the eye of the storm, however much you let God increase you, and you do that by greenlighting Him, that increases the glory, the density, and the brightness of His grace in you, and that's His influence. That's that light, that little light within you in each thought process. That's what's going back to the Father. All this dark stuff, it's nothing. It's as if it doesn't even exist. It's calm. Gone like a freight train, right? It's calm, man. And the Spirit goes back to the Father, all the way from the least to the greatest. Okay? So, just get all you can get. That'd be the best thing, you know. But, it goes on just like you can't destroy the energy. You know, like Einstein's that equation, E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. That's c squared. That energy and mass are interchangeable. That's the natural way. In the Spirit, that energy and your mass, He's creating it. He's taking out that ego. It would be kind of like that dumb ass, that mass of your mind. He's transforming it into His thinking, His right-mindedness, coming up higher, loving the way He loves, and gaining the gratitude, the thankfulness, the honorableness, His nature, character, and authority, His brightness in your mind, in your thinking processes, and at whatever state you're at when you die, you're on this earth. That's a permanently fixed thing. You're done. That's the order or the level that you're at. The level that you're in, and that's why you ain't God. If it's all the way down towards the least in the kingdom of God, then that's where your spot is. He places you in the body, in His body, where He sees fit. Not you. All you can do is say, yes, sir, I agree, so be it, and pursue it. Pursue God in hot pursuit. Not scream and yell and cuss people and condemn them to hell. That's blasphemous. Instead of saying God's a monster and He's going to throw you in hell if you don't do that's just retarded. That's retarding the spiritual growth of God. Stupidity. You should know better than that, but because you're believing the liar in you, that dark thinking, the lollipop giver, Satanas, and the diabolos, that false accuser, the condemner, that's in your mind. That's your own carnal mind that's actively hostile and opposed to you going to and into God. Not some monster out there. If you believe the monster, you're missing it too. Okay? Alright, have a great day, and know that God loves you, and I love you too, and my love is increasing as I greenlight God. Yours is too. But if you're not greenlighting God, it's not increasing. All that you saying, I love you, it's really temporary. It's transitory. Because it's not true unless you're agreeing with God. Then that love that you're increasing into is true. That's the way, the truth, and the life. Yahweh is salvation. Have a great day. Hit like, subscribe, share these things, and Lisa and I are going to have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. It's a little short one, and I added some stuff to verify and back to that at the beginning. Okay. Have a great day. Love you. Again, like I just said, share these things, hit like, subscribe. Let's get this out. Let's get away from this facade thing at your carnal mind, that mankind thinking. We don't have to do those traditions of mankind. We don't have to follow that stuff. Pardon me. Be still. Should put a muzzle on that stuff in your own mind. Don't buy into it. Don't eat that stuff. Come back to God. Come on up higher. Right in any storm. Where it's trying to go along with the crowd, or getting mad, angry, and trying to make a stand. You're both making a stand in this poop thinking, your own righteousness, and it's taking you down the crapper. Don't go down the crapper. Take God up on His offer to surgically remove that stuff a little bit at a time. Chop it out, skim it out, way out. Yes, sir, Father. I agree. Have a great day. Bye-bye.